Well. Fountain pen hobby is not as smooth as people first think uh, as it is. I've got my coffee, and yes, I wanted coffee in the video because I felt it looked cool, but now I'm just scared I'm gonna spill it over. Uh, Anyways, let's try this out. Look, fountain pens are an amazing tool, but the point is they're a tool, and we tend to romanticize these quite a bit. And yes, that's a good idea for a lot of things, but that's also not that good of an idea for a lot of other things. So I just wanted to go over a few thoughts on that. And this is not a video for me to tell you kind of the negative points of fountain pens, like how expensive they can be, etc., etc. The burping, leaking, all of those things, hard starts, travel with fountain pens. So there are tons of negatives, but this video is not just about technical negatives or negatives based in the physics or the laws of the world or the laws of the universe. This is more about, I guess, mind and psychology. That's what I like to talk about. That's what I like to think about as well. So with fountain pens, there are a few things that could come up, because a lot of people think that just buying a fountain pen and having a fountain pen and writing with a fountain pen, you're being more mindful or productive. But to be honest, like a pen like this, it's damn expensive. I don't think it's like, a lot of people say, all right, I want to protect the environment, and that's what I have in my mind. I feel good about using a pen that's refillable. Yes, this can last decades. Yes, this can be passed down to your kids. But yes, the cost of this is way more than whatever you would have paid for writing for 10, 15, 20 years with cheapo pens or pencils even. So that's a big difference there, right? It makes a huge difference on what you are looking at. So these automatically don't make, in my opinion, better overall philosophy. So that's definitely one. And expensive doesn't mean better writing. Expensive, uh, or rather, even with fountain pens, just simply doesn't mean, better writing or better overall experience, and hence better feeling about yourself, because that's one of the big things that a lot of people have in mind. I had it mine in mind as well, and those misconceptions, I guess, were, yeah, they were handled very well by some of the fountain pens that I've had. Now a pen like this, for example, which is amazing, which looks nice. The nib is nice. Everything is awesome. Let me just try and show you the close up. Right? Everything is good. But this makes it very easy to confuse having a fountain pen with, or rather collecting stationery with, building a writing habit. Right? I want this now. Oh no, this is not the best demonstrator. Do I want this? Oh no, this is cheap. Maybe I want the bigger version, VAX 700R. Right? Oh no, maybe the king of demonstrators, I should get an 823 in clear. That does not mean that you've got a writing habit. Right? There are rabbit holes upon rabbit holes upon rabbit holes that can take you away from your main goals. And hence, one of the big reasons that I suggest that before you start romanticizing fountain pens, write with them for a few years. That makes a big difference, in my opinion, because you get to see the realities. And then, of course, we all romanticize vintage pens, but they are damn crazy. They're not going to be something that's going to give you peace of mind, that's going to give you satisfaction, that's going to give you the feeling that, all right, you've arrived, because you're going to pay that price tag for sure of you've arrived. That price tag, yeah, kick all the pens into my coffee. The price tag, yes, you're going to pay that with vintage pens a lot of times, but they're going to bring all the problems of the worst of the worst of the worst of the fountain pens, most cases. It's a lot of maintenance with vintage pens. And again, the irony I have come to understand from like about 10 years of actively using fountain pens and passively using fountain pens for a very, very long time, is that the best stage of fountain pen ownership, like the really best stage that I feel of fountain pen ownership, it comes when we stop obsessing over the actual pen and just start using one every single day. What I did was I went to Twisby and 92 as my daily drivers for a very long time. That was, I think, one of the biggest changes. I made a mindful decision, of course, also because my wallet was getting empty. But for the purposes of this video, let's say it was a mindful decision, not a forceful one, not something that my bank forced me to. I decided to use a couple of these pens kind of on a regular basis and just deal with them. Whatever come comes to my way, like black ink, blue ink, don't care. I need to be using these on a daily basis, no collecting. And I did that about 2.5 years ago. And that's given me the actual joy that I thought I would have from my first fountain pen purchase. But what I had from my first fountain pen purchase was FOMO, because I was watching a lot of YouTube, was FOMO in general, that maybe the pen that I've bought after hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of research is not enough. It's not good enough. I need to get the next leg up. Kaweco Sport, damn, it's a cheapo pen, but it still is one of the most widely used pens. But no, it's cheap. How can it be good? Right? So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. Maybe after Quebec I went here and here. This was an experimental eyedropper. It's a Moonman M2. But the whole point being taking a pause and removing that romantic imagery, or add some realistic shots into that romantic imagery when you're thinking about fountain pens, that at 11 p.m. you are actually troubleshooting the feed because it's gotten clogged because you let like a pigment ink or a documental ink, archival ink in it for a couple weeks too long, and you didn't write with it regularly, and that's where you're stuck now, and you have to keep on cleaning and dish soap and toothbrush, whatever you're using, right? So it's a subtle, I don't know if the word is consumerism trap, right? Because we get stuck in that cycle of maybe next pen will be the one. Well, I'm here to tell you the next pen is the one you already have. As they say in the photography world, the best camera is the camera that you already have in your hand. So start writing, folks. Let me know your thoughts about this topic. Let me know your thoughts about romanticizing the hell out of fountain pens. Is it a good idea? Is it not a good idea? Is it a good idea in moderation with the way how a lot of things are in this world? Let me know. Would love to read your comments and interact with you. See if our thought processes match or not. And I would be really happy if they don't, because it opens up an amazing conversation. See you guys next time. Subscribe if you haven't already. I do want to talk to more and more people as much as I can, of course. Yeah, like the video if you're liking these. It gives me a signal on kind of what you're liking, what you're not liking. I'll see you guys next time.